Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi will embark on a two-day visit to Kuwait on Saturday, the first Indian Prime Minister to do so in 43 years. During his visit, in fact, the Prime Minister will hold discussions with the leadership of Kuwait and will also interact with the Indian community. Now, Prime Minister Modi met Kuwait's Crown Prince in September on the sidelines of the United Nations General Assembly. Kuwait, a dependable supplier of crude oil and LPG to India and home to a large Indian community of 1 million people, was the only Gulf Cooperation Council country that Prime Minister Modi had not yet visited. Currently holding the presidency of the GCC, Kuwait's Foreign Minister Abdullah Ali Al Yahya had visited India earlier this month and met with Modi to extend an invitation for him to visit Kuwait. During the visit of Kuwait's Foreign Minister, he and his counterparts S. Shankar signed an MOU for establishing a joint commission for cooperation at the level of foreign ministers, under which new joint working groups will be set up in areas like trade, investment, education, agriculture, technology, security and culture. Kuwait is India's sixth largest supplier of crude oil and the fourth largest of LPG.
Worldwide, and I think sure that the Prime Minister put India.
And for more, our Assistant Editor for Foreign Affairs, Siddhant Sibal, is now joining us live on the broadcast from New Delhi. Siddhant, good to have you with us on the show. Explain to us the significance of this visit and what we can expect out of it.
Well, the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be in Kuwait over the weekend on 21st and 22nd, and as you pointed out, this is a visit coming after a gap of many decades, an Indian Prime Minister travelling to Kuwait. Now, when it comes to India-Kuwait relationship, there are several pillars to the relationship. The first and foremost is the diaspora. There is a huge diaspora, Indian diaspora in Kuwait, and the Indian Prime Minister will be addressing them. Many of them are blue-collared workers, and India has been thanking Kuwait for taking care of them, especially during the COVID crisis. The second is energy, another aspect that brings the two countries together, and as part of energy, Kuwait is looking to invest in India's energy sector as well. The third is the high-level exchanges is coming up, the visit of the Indian Prime Minister, but also the historic relationship. In fact, pre-oil Kuwait had a lot of trade with India, including in pearls, and since discovery of oil in Kuwait, the relationship has been focusing on energy, but diversification is something that both sides are looking forward to. But all in all, remember that there was a time between India and Kuwait when relationship was not going very well after the Gulf War, when Iraq invaded Kuwait. After that, the relationship saw a dip, but both sides, through concerted measures, were able to bring back the relationship back on track. And this visit of the Indian Prime Minister is going to further firm up the relationship. During this visit, the Indian Prime Minister is going to meet the top leadership of Kuwait as well. And this is part of India's increased engagement with the West Asian region, where there is a huge diaspora. The visit comes amidst the geopolitical tensions in West Asia. India is expected to reaffirm its strong views, essentially in terms of the war in West Asia, the Israel-Palestine issue as well. India has been backing the two-state solution, calling for a viable state of Palestine, and also backing Palestine's bid to be a UN member, which is something that requires consensus.
All right. Thank you, Siddhant, for joining us with those details. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.